And welcome back. The train is back on the tracks, and for the past 7.5 years, Melburnians have been waking up to the dulcet tones of an Englishman on their wireless, with the Christian O'Connell show starting the day for hundreds of thousands of Victorians, and that's been going on every single week.
Yeah, but last year it was announced that for the first time in Australia's history, a commercial brekkie radio show would be going national. Now, after its first week, tackling some of the toughest markets in the country, we thought we'd check in to see how the switch has been going. And the man himself joins us from our Melbourne studio. Hi, Christian. Nice to see you.
Thank you very much for letting me come on the show. And can I just say, I heard that, Larry, and I saw it, and so did Australia. The way you spat out the words Englishman. Spoiler alert, Australia, yes, I am English.
Yes. I just wanted to make it, I want to highlight it.
Yeah.
Yes.
For a lot of people in the country, they're discovering your show this week for the very first time. For those who haven't heard you on the air, describe what kind of show that they'll be listening to.
Well, I think, look, I've been in breakfast radio for 28 years, and I think no one will be surprised to hear someone like me say that actually a lot of breakfast radio over the last 10 years has actually become quite immature. It's a lot of chasing stunts, headlines. It's like clickbait radio, and what I do is an alternative. Some people like that, but what I do is an alternative. I actually call it like the bright side of the dial. You know the Monty Python song, The Bright Side of Life, and so that's what I see my job in the morning. And it's not saying everything's good, it's just really embracing the messiness of life. I think that's more interesting to talk about that, and I think we're in a really fake world, and I think it's somewhere special on the radio where we could come together for a couple of hours, whether you are in Australia, trying to make this way too big country feel a little bit more intimate in the morning. So yeah, I call it the bright siders if you listen to the show, and if you want something that's about kindness, compassion and laughter and real life, then give it a go.
Okay, so we hear that you've been calling back listeners who have called into the show. What have you been learning about your new audience?
One, when you start calling people at 5 o'clock who, you know, called the show a couple of hours ago, they've forgotten that they called you. It's actually I've actually just been scaring people. And so everyone who comes on air this week, and I'm going to keep doing it for the rest of the year because I'm getting so much from it. It's not content or anything. It's a great way to actually say thank you, because I appreciate in the morning people are busy. And when you get in the morning, we're very selective about who we want to hear. And yeah, suddenly like, wait, he's English? They should have warned us. And so I appreciate if you're giving the show a go. I think and you call the show, and then it's a nice thing to call somebody back to say thank you. And I feel like I'm doing my own focus group as well, because when I'm calling people back, they go, oh, now you're on. Why is it that sometimes you play this song, or could you play some more Ed Sheeran? And so, yeah, I'm getting a lot from it.
The Englishman concept thing, right? It isn't. Do you think
Concept?
do you think? No, but do you think it's curious? Is it like an Australian being number one over there in the UK? Is it a curious concept to you?
Yeah, it is. I think, you know what it's like. Radio is built around familiarity. You like warm, familiar voices. When I first moved to Melbourne, there was a lot of this. No way. Actually, you've got to be kidding me. They've hired an English guy. Why have they brought him out here? And then bit by bit, what became the thing that created a bit of distance? The accent. The accent also said, I'm not from round here. Actually became like a comedian. You know, I've done stand-up comedy since the age of 18. It gives you an outsider perspective. So suddenly you can see Australia and Australians in a different way and talk about that. Now people go, the same people I couldn't stand you to begin with, they're the same people that come up to me and go, I love your voice, because actually when you tune in, you go, oh, that's Christian. The thing that actually put people off to begin with is now what it helps you stand out.
Okay, so you've been here 7 years now, but seeing as a lot of viewers may be seeing you for the first time, we thought we'd get some rapid-fire sort of Q&A to get to know a little bit about you. Australian food that you love.
Well, one thing I don't really care for is in Melbourne, and I know they do this around Australia as well, they seem to take amazing pride in smearing avocado on toast and thinking like that's a cutting-edge delicacy. It's the sort of thing your kid does when they're 8 on Father's Day. But I do love parm and chips. I think that is one of the most underrated dishes in the world. I watch all the cookery shows. There should be more chicken parm and chips. That is an underrated winner for me.
Okay. What about British foods that you miss the most?
British takeaway curry. That is our number one dish in England, is curry. And so I do miss that. When I go back home, I'm ashamed to say, before rushing to see my mum and dad, I go to the old Indian restaurant that we used to live near, and I go and eat there, then go and see my mum and dad. But if people have got recommendations of great Indian restaurants in Sydney, Adelaide, Perth, I'm happy to do a tour on the radio show. On behalf of journalism, food journalism.
Oh, you're so good like that. Cats or dogs?
Well, I've got both. I like the aloofness of a cat. It's intimidating. You never know where you are. With a cat, we've got a big cat called Larry, and it is actually named after one of the greatest broadcasters ever, and that's you, Larry Emder.
Right. Okay.
It is. It is. When you won that Logie, that's when we called the cat Larry. Before that, I was on the fence about you, and then I saw your greatness. You ascended to a higher level, Larry, and I named my cat in honour of you.
Well, good enough to have a cat. That's very special. That next to the Logie, that's right up there for me. Thank you. What about your car? What sort of car do you drive? These are big questions
I drive
now.
a really boring Dadmobile. I need to sell it because neither of my two daughters live at home anymore. They're 19 and 21. Can I just make a moment and just to say hello to my 21-year-old daughter who's stuck back home with mum and dad right now. She had an operation on her spine a couple of days ago. Ruby, we love you very much. Hope it's not too horrendous being stuck indoors. And she's a new viewer to the show as well. That's probably doubled the audience.
Oh, Ruby, sending you lots of love.
Okay, here's a tough one to answer diplomatically. Favourite cricket team, Australia or England?
Listen, no one is going to trust. Look, and I have an Australian passport. Well, when it comes to cricket, especially the Ashes, rough couple of weeks. The only English guy on the radio in this country, really rough couple of weeks. Not been great. But no one would trust me if I started cheering on Australia during the Ashes. And so when it comes to the Ashes, of course, I have to support England.
Yep.
All right. Hey, Christian, great to catch up with you this morning. Good luck with your search for the new car. And our love to Ruby and to Cat Larry.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a lovely long weekend.
Good on you, Chris.